we're filming.
We're filming, talking about Captain Marvel.
Yes, we're at Lark's coffee shop in West Lynn, talking about Captain Marvel.
Which you absolutely loved.
I liked it. I
Yeah.
thought it was very well written, funny.
So can I share what your text said to talk about the preparations I took for this movie?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Brian saw it first, and then he texted me and he said that he even cried. So I'm like, oh shit, if Brian cried, I'm gonna bawl. So I was at work, so I stuck Kleenex in my left boob, I stuck Kleenex in my right boob. I'm like, I'm going prepared for this. And I didn't cry. What'd you cry about?
Like the part where she goes back to her friend and her friend's daughter,
yeah.
right? And they're talking about, like, they're sitting there, like Samuel Jackson takes the little girl to go get her stuff, and then the two women are sitting there talking, and she's like,
They were both really strong women.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
I didn't cry though.
That part got me a little teary. I was like, wow, I could see that. Like, your friend dies, and then you deal with it, and then she comes back.
There's a lot of emotions there for them and for the audience. I agree. How did you not cry in Wonder Woman then? When she takes the battleground, No Man's Land, and she's like, I can
not
do
a
this.
cry-worthy part.
That was a cry-worthy part.
You were crying?
I cried there, and I cried when they like launched her up, and then she like
That's
flew
what
into
you
the.
cried over?
Yeah.
There's no
'Cause
emotion
she's so
to that.
brave.
I know, but that's no.
It's just
There's no emotional kind of investment there that I can identify with.
I guess so.
Because I can't jump off of a thing onto the bridge on the top of a church and
can't?
destroy the thing. No.
Oh, we should practice more. Well, I was thinking that was really interesting. I was looking up at my Funko Pop collection that I have, and I'm like, holy shit, they're all fucking men, except for Gamora. I have Gamora, and I'm like, all my heroes are dudes.
Whose fault is that?
Societies,
No.
yes. But so now I put in Mary Poppins. So now I have Gamora and Mary Poppins. I have to look for Wonder Woman and Captain Marvel because she is badass.
Yeah, the movie was great. I was really happy with it, start to finish.
I loved
Really
her
good
changing,
story,
and changing her suit to the little girl's shirt because they're on the same team. That was amazing. That's where the colors came from, and where the origin of Captain Marvel, the name, came from was interesting.
So
Marvella.
this is so this is the interesting part. So there's some controversy with the film. I don't know if you know this.
No.
But there's a whole group of people that are boycotting the film because they say that it's so pro-women, and Brie Larson is so pro-women that they hate men.
Oh, whatever.
And so, so there is one thing about the story that's a little off, right? Is, what's her name? Marvell is a woman in the story, in the movie.
Yeah.
In the comic book, it's a man.
Oh.
So they changed that.
I like
right?
that.
So,
That's a good change.
So there is some, but at what point do you start to like change it just to change it? Because they did that in Doctor Strange, and they kind of whitewashed the Asian character out of Doctor Strange.
That's not cool.
And they made a male into a female, and they made an Asian male into a white female. So it's like, at a certain point, like, what are you doing? Like, they should just go ahead.
Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah, they should sort of just make the story, and it would have been fine. Like, do you think the movie would have been better or worse or somehow greatly affected if Marvell was a man?
Yes.
Really?
Well, I think it's because it'd be so much like Top Gun. Like,
I don't
men
think
are
so.
always like the jocks, and men are always the flyboys, and all those high positions are usually by men.
Yeah, but like if it was like a male, older doctor, and and the two women were helping him, like I don't know that would have drastically changed the movie for me, better or worse. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know that character was so principal to the story. It doesn't take away from the fact that she is this very brave woman who collected all this energy and then now is a superpower, right? You know what I mean? Like, I don't.
Well, I liked it because when like Marvell was the shape that what's that thing called? Like the all-knowing power thing on the planet.
Yeah, but then
like
that
that,
could have
like,
been.
But no, like the face of God is usually a man, and so it's like you see.
But that's not the face of God. It's the face. But it was supposed to take the view of whatever the person.
Yes,
so
like
I
the
don't
most
know.
cherished thing, or like the most.
Yeah,
like,
so I don't know that it. Like I said, I don't know that it took away from the story for me, or added to the story that she was a woman or not.
Well, I think it's just because there's not enough films like in the last like 60 years where women look up to women. Usually it's like there's like the male teacher or the male sensei, or there's always like the male something. So I think it was great to actually have a woman who's like smart and cocky. But that's just because I'm a woman, and I really appreciate it. But I can't see how it can be bullshit to change a character just to like go.
I guess I'm saying it does for this movie. It didn't matter. Like Wonder Woman was that way, like because it was an island full of women. Right? So the women.
And I feel like they dumbed down men more in that movie.
And, yeah. Well,
like what's his name? Chris Pine? Chris Pike?
Chris Pine.
Chris Pine. Yeah, I mean he was just like fluff in that film, basically. Like the women ruled everything, and she protected him the whole time, but he was still badass. He was still badass.
He was, but he didn't. She didn't protect him all the time.
And he did sacrifice himself at the end.
Well, I mean, he shot one of the.
He did.
Guys to protect her.
She would have still made it because she's badass. He didn't need the help.
I mean, it was kind of not necessary, right?
But no, yeah, I mean, he did things, but I just feel like he was kind of just like the dumb bimbo kind of character, like wrapped by the lasso, and he was like the comic relief of the show, and usually, I don't know, I feel like he was more like comic relief and just being like, oh, she saw my pee-pee, in the pool scene. But I mean, it was still really good.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed in Captain Marvel how badass she was, but what a great fighter she was. I just felt like her character was a little shallow. Like there wasn't a lot of depth, which is why I think I appreciated the struggles that Diana went through more than Carol went through in this movie. I compare the two movies, I feel like they're very similar with DC and Marvel, but I really liked Wonder Woman more. I feel like she had much more depth and much more of a growth throughout the film.
Well, I think they jumped ahead, like in Marvel and Captain Marvel, right? Because she was kind of midway. They didn't start when she was a kid. Started when they were training, And what's his name? I forget that actor's name. Who was the bad guy?
In which one?
In Captain Marvel. Was her mentor.
Oh,
they
yeah.
were always fighting,
Yeah.
And
Jude Law.
Jude Law, right? So.
He's always a bad guy.
They kind of jumped in the middle of like, oh, she was already trained to a certain point, type thing.
Yeah, and it's just like she thought they were so great, but they're actually so evil, and these people that were so evil are actually so weak and helpless, and they're so I feel like there was such like a dramatic dichotomy that it's just I don't know. I thought it was good. It was just very like Star Wars. Like you have very evil and you have very good. There wasn't a whole lot.
No, but that was kind of the point of the movie, right? Like it's all based off perspective.
It's true. It's very broad strokes.
The Kree thought they're good, but then they're really not.
Yeah, but I feel like they all knew that. That was something that she had to figure out. They all thought they were good.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
What else? What else about that movie?
What else about that movie? I don't know. I thought it was great. I can't wait for Avengers to come out in a month.
Endgame's going to be amazing. Oh, the two scenes afterwards. We should talk about those. I loved the first scene afterwards with the beacon.
Where, she answers the pager. Yeah.
She answers the pager that Fury sent out. And what was the last scene? I didn't like it. I'm like, really? We waited for that?
Oh, where the cat spit up the Tesseract.
I love the cat. Is that why you like Sally so much? A Florgon? Is that what it is?
Yeah,
Is Sally
that
a
was
Florgon?
funny, right? Like, kept going and all of a sudden.
Oh my god, that was hilarious with the Tesseract. Hi. Oh my gosh, look at you. Hi. You're so fluffy. Hi, Fluffy. Oh my gosh, so cute. Have a great day. Enjoy the sun. And what was up with Samuel L. Jackson? Was that like CG? Like, did they actually have him in the film and they just CGI'd over him?
Yeah, you couldn't tell.
Well, I could tell. I mean,
it was all CGI.
He was either completely CGI or.
But what's funny is as soon as he started running, right, you can tell.
Yeah.
Because you're like, okay, that's old. That's like, it's an old dude running. That's how old dudes run. Come on. They should have got a body double at that age to like.
Probably.
Right. To
that
run,
would be good.
And then it would look a little bit more natural, right?
Yeah. And I saw